Hey, I wanted to share this interesting moment in rock with you where King Noel walked away from a huge gig in Paris in 2009. A lot of Americans don't know. Oasis, that's when they ended. They went on and they were still one of the biggest bands ever, all the way to the end. So King Noel walked away before this huge gig and listened to the ensuing chaos and potential riot in his limo on the radio. And they decided right at that moment to carry on without him. And they did, and they made 2 records, one in 2011, one in 2013. And they really gave it their all, and I think they were rock and roll heroes. And I think people weren't ready for it, myself included, because it was like if your best friends got a divorce and all of a sudden it was just too painful and overwhelming and everything else. So when I moved to the desert 7 years after their debut in 2018, I was ready for Beady Eye, and it was my soundtrack for years. And I'm so grateful to them, and that's what it's about to me. And they had a great time, and I'm really happy for them. And I know Liam celebrates them still. So I hope you enjoy this as much as I do. I really think it's kind of fascinating.
Something new, you know what I mean? It's always good when there's something new about it. Fucking be the best band in the world again, man, without a fucking doubt. And we're just making rock and roll music, so I just want them to just get off on it, you know. And if they don't like it, they don't like it. If they like it, fucking turn it up.
Just you were gonna carry on doing what you were put here to do, but we weren't called Beady Eye. There was just a thing of music needed to be done, but it wasn't going to be under the Oasis umbrella.
And then we're talking to Gem, do you want to carry on? That's as far as I put it at that point, is that do you want to carry on? And he was, yeah, of course. I don't think either of us could imagine there not being a band around us.
I mean, even that time when it all kind of imploded, it seems so long ago now, and it wasn't. It was only a year and a half, but there was a sense of something was coming as well. There was something in the air.
A lot of these demos ended up just kind of like really informing the record, but the magic of the album just still comes from that feeling of driving through leafy North London on a morning, just feeling really like positive about the world, and just go and dance your mates to do a tune. Just writing, recording the music that you love with your best mates.
What happens, like everything that we were doing was fucking sounding good in our head, you know what I mean? So I don't know what other people think or will think of it, might think it's a load of shit, but it's the kind of music I want to be making. So we thought, oh fuck yeah, this is going to be good, man. See you tomorrow at 11 o'clock. We just took it one day at a time, you know what I mean?
These 13 songs, they're the first 13 we did. There was just the 3 of us, you know, there was no outside influence, nobody knew what we were doing, there was no crew around. And we weren't in the dark, it wasn't like we didn't know what we were doing. It was like, we actually really know what we're doing here. Like, okay, let's just go in the studio, see what happens, you know. And then the idea of going into Rack came about. Rack's a beautiful place, man. I can't believe I don't live there. It's an old style studio. It was Mickey Mouse studio. I think his family, I mean, they all run it. It's got a vibe. It's got history. They've made a shitload of hit records there. It had something that made us want to be there. It was a joy just to go in there and make some new music and just let it out, really.
Recording at Rack was an absolute blast. Because there was a producer involved, we relaxed a lot more because Gem had been doing technical work of recording, so we all had a great time. The tune seemed to flow, the sound was great, it was just 10 out of 10 for me.
Bands, and especially people who, dare I say, become icons, there's a laziness to people's perception of them. Liam, he's very driven, man, you know, and aside from writing the songs, he was involved in the arrangements, the production, and the mixing, and the mastering, let alone running his clothing label and buying up rights to films. So he's kind of been let off the leash a little bit.
It should have been, that's what was lacking in Oasis, you know what I mean? It's nice to be involved with everything, you know what I mean? People always used to think, oh, he was lazy, or I couldn't be bothered, I was in the pub or whatever. Nah, no one gave me the call, you know what I mean? Sort of went out the day looking for places to be shot, put a bit more effort in it, a bit more time. Whereas we didn't do that before, and it definitely works, man, pays off. Check this shit out, man. This is... Shut up. Close that fucking door, man. Check this out, Charles, man.
We're not going to some out-of-the-way country that we think we'll get away with it. We're going to Glasgow, Barrowlands, and we're going to play to some of the most up-for-it fans.
Gaming, mate, as they say. Today was a lovely day. I could stay here all fucking night, you know what I mean? So, it's a nice day. Beady Eye in the fucking area. I don't want to start fucking making reggae records or, you know, just for the sake, you know, going, oh, we're going to make a really different record just for the sake of it. Because we was in Oasis, what would be different than Oasis? I'm Liam, and I was Liam in Oasis, and I'll be Liam in Beady Eye. And if there's another fucking band that comes, I'll be Liam in that. So, there's no faking it with me, you know what I mean? I am what I am, and I think that's what Gem is and Andy is. I'm going to do what I always do, and that's fucking sing rock and roll music. The lairier the better, you know what I mean?
We love the record. We've got to go and play that to people, and hopefully shitloads of people will get what we're doing here, you know. Who knows, man? And I think that's kind of a good element to all this as well, in a way.
I can be the best band in the world again, man, without a fucking doubt. I'm not into being second. It doesn't look good on my CV. So yeah, take it round the world, man, and fucking kick ass, man. Do what Oasis didn't finish off.